A lot of people are very curious to learn about Tesla in India. It's fresh, it's new, it just arrived. The showroom opened up in Mumbai in July 15th, 2025.
Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. This is the first supercharger in all of India here in Mumbai.
Now, I've traveled across Delhi, Goa, Pune. I'm in Mumbai now. I spent some time in Agra and also in Jaipur. And I will say across 2 weeks, I did not spot a single Tesla. I'm talking less than 1%. Now, there are a lot of reasons why there aren't more Teslas in this country, and I'm going to go over the 5 challenges that Tesla has to overcome, along with 3 challenges for full self-driving. Now, I did finally connect with some Tesla owners, and I had the unique and very great pleasure to interview them and talk with them at length about their experience with Tesla here. Very fascinating conversations, so make sure you stay tuned. My channel cannot survive without your support. 95% of my viewers are not subscribed. It goes a real long way and it's free. Just hit that subscribe button to stay notified of all the additional videos coming out in the future. Now, a lot of people don't have time for a long format video. This is 15 minutes. I'm keeping it down to 15 minutes or less. So I'm just gonna jump straight to the chase. The reason why Tesla isn't larger than it is, well, number one, they're fresh and new to the country, but probably the main reason is the price. The price point is very sensitive. In India, people just don't have a lot of money. You also face hurdles with policy for allowing these vehicles on the road for autonomous driving, as well as the roads and infrastructure. There are a lot of challenges to overcome, but above all, price is number one most important. After a lot of time and reflection, I also have to point out for Tesla, who may be watching this video, that in order to penetrate India at a deeper level, you need a lot of data, especially to release and deploy full self-driving. Data is key, and I'm sure you know that very, very well. One idea that I had was to deploy cameras and allow people to use them on their vehicles to basically collect information in this environment. Because it is very unique, there are many different types of vehicles driving around the roads, as well as animals and just random things that happen in India that just you don't see in other countries. And what Tesla could do is they could pay people to drive around and use cameras to collect that data. So it's a win-win. Tesla wins the data, and the people going around with the cameras, they win because they get a little bit of money. I'm gonna cover the top 5 reasons why Tesla has a huge challenge getting into the India market, and then I'm gonna cover the main 3 challenges for full self-driving in India. High up on the list is India's high import duties. Customers can pay up to 100% tariffs on completely built units, also known as CBUs. They significantly inflate Tesla's vehicle prices, making them unaffordable for many consumers in a price-sensitive market. The second reason is the lack of local manufacturing. Now, this is a huge challenge for Tesla, and it's something Tesla has investigated and looked into for a very long time. It is just extremely difficult to manufacture here. First of all, there have been failed negotiations with the Indian government. The Indian government insists on local production to reduce duties and boost domestic manufacturing. The third reason here on the list is the Indian consumers' price sensitivity. Unfortunately, still today, Tesla is viewed as a very premium offering. It's a very luxury item, and it only applies to a niche, select few people in India that can afford to buy a Tesla EV today. The Indian EV market is dominated by budget-conscious buyers, and Tesla's high-end models, starting around $70,000 after duties, struggle against more affordable local options, limiting appeal beyond a niche luxury segment. The fourth major challenge for Tesla is the charging infrastructure. There's just an insufficient number of EV charging stations currently in India, and it's very difficult to get to those charging stations in a timely manner because there's just so much traffic congestion. So I would imagine, especially in the summer, you would have to turn off the AC It would be a very unpleasant ride if you're running, on empty or very close to empty. The infrastructure here in general, outside of the big cities especially, is very difficult for electrical stability. There are a lot of power outages. It's very challenging to have a stable working charging station, I think, in a number of different areas. So that's a big challenge. And the fifth main challenge for Tesla is the strong local and international competition. Established players like Tata Motors, with over 60% of the market share, are really hard to compete with. And then you have, like I mentioned, MG Motors, and Chinese rivals such as BYD offer much lower cost vehicles, locally adapted EVs, and they just, quite frankly, they outpace Tesla in a market that's not yet mature enough for widespread premium EV adoption. Right now, I'm heading over to a local area where they have an EV charging station. We're gonna check out what the infrastructure looks like here. Now, as I walk over to this area, you're gonna notice there are some horses, there's some cattle, there are animals all over in the road. Here you can see a cow, so there are cows everywhere. I still have these animals all over on the roads.
You are best man. You are best man. Your country?
USA.
USA, I love you, USA. I love you, Britain.
Oh, okay.
Totally.
As it turns out, this is a Green Bolt electric charging station for batteries for scooter rentals. You all have scooters here? Awesome. Nice to meet you as well. There are batteries charging all over. You can take a look here. All the way around, we have these, it looks like a heat sink built into the top here.
Is it battery?
That's the battery. Is it 750 volt? Oh, wow. Okay.
Rides up to 50 to 60 kilometers.
$40 of deposit, and then you get $21 approximately, a little bit more than that, for 1 week to rent the battery from here. I appreciate your time. Very fascinating being here in Mumbai. I've met a lot of amazing people. Probably my favorite things about India here are the people. The second thing, the food. For sure, the food. I love the food. Pani puri is my favorite. Yeah, I love pani puri.
ये पोस्ट जरूर डालना इसमें.
Say again? Oh, is this Instagram?
आप सर्च करिए ना इसमें.
Yes.
Follow back.
Thank you, I will. So as I was saying, the food is really incredible here, and the wedding that I attended was unbelievable. They had all the bells and whistles. They had a Bharat follower. That was my favorite part. A lot of dancing, a lot of decorative clothing, just really, really beautiful country. As I'm on the lookout here for an actual charging station, which may be inside of a residential neighborhood, I'm just gonna cover really quickly the three main challenges for Tesla's full self-driving here in India. The first major challenge is India's majorly chaotic traffic patterns, and just everything you see here, from the variety of vehicles to the traffic congestion. It's a very challenging environment to have full self-driving operate confidently without hesitation. The traffic patterns are extremely unpredictable. Roads are filled with a diverse mix of vehicles, including three-wheelers, motorcycles, trucks, and even animals, as you saw, alongside pedestrians who often jaywalk and cross unexpectedly. Tesla's FSD, trained primarily on more orderly Western roads, struggles with this environment where lane discipline is inconsistent. Signals are ignored, and sudden maneuvers like U-turns without indicators are very common. This leads to confusion in the system's algorithms. The second main challenge for full self-driving stems from the poor road infrastructure. There are also environmental factors to take into consideration. Indian roads often lack clear lane markings. They have inconsistent signage, and they're plagued with potholes, construction debris, and sudden width changes. During monsoons, waterlogged streets hide hazards like open drains, further complicating sensor detection. FSD's camera-only approach may not handle these conditions, requiring extensive retraining on local data to interpret such variability without additional sensors. Really, in my personal opinion, it comes down to the training data and having enough of that to be able to handle India's environment. And the third main challenge here in India for Tesla's full self-driving is on the regulatory side. There are all sorts of hurdles, and the approval processes present a significant barrier. As of now, Tesla's advanced full self-driving features are not fully approved in India. At a very base level, even before we look at full self-driving, India needs to be able to adopt these electric vehicles at a much wider level, because right now, like I said, there are literally 0 Teslas on the roads. I think a lot of the Teslas that are here are being kept in a garage. There's a cover over them, it's a collector item. I'm at a gas station here and I did find an EV charging station, but I think it might be shut down. Cables here are quite dusty, and this definitely looks like it's out of order. So this is a 4,000-foot Tesla facility. You can take a test drive of a Model Y. Now, right now in India, they're only selling the Model Y Juniper, the refresh model. This location opened up on July 15th, 2025. Very, very new. And then 1 month later, on August 11th last year, the Delhi location opened up. So India is very new to Tesla, and Tesla is very new to India. It's been a long process trying to get into India. And as I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of hurdles to mass market adoption. I'm meeting a Tesla owner. He's coming here and we're gonna talk more about Tesla, so stay tuned. I am in a Tesla in India. This is super exciting. I'm with Samir and his car is beautiful. I was just in the service center. They knew you, Samir.
Yeah, of course. Most of them would know me. This is one of the first Teslas which was here. The day I bought the Tesla, within 12 hours is when I went for a road trip, which was 4,800 kilometers. From here to Delhi, we traveled through 7 states. So like a 15 days tour.
I got a chance to go into the settings and I found out he's running 2026.2.3. However, he does not have full self-driving subscribed. I also confirmed that he has the lane departure avoidance turned on, and then surprisingly, he's using the automatic emergency braking. Obviously, it's set to kilometers per hour. We have the air quality index is 209, noted as very unhealthy.
Practically the entire city is getting rebuilt. A lot of construction is happening, so you'll see a new city in next 3 years.
Wow,
hopefully.
that's great. Just look at this.
Yeah, and that's the number 1. That's the first supercharger in India. It's written 1A.
Oh yes.
Number 001. 4 superchargers and 4 destination chargers. So it's charging at 151 kilowatts. It's max done at 180, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
160 or 180.
All right, I'm here with Shaolin, who is a Model Y owner. Thanks for taking the time and thanks for meeting with me here.
Yeah, of course. You know, I love Tesla. So when someone from the US, from the Tesla community calls, I'm like, yeah, why not?
I know you purchased the full self-driving package, but in your opinion, what is the most difficult challenge for full self-driving in India?
I think there are a few. You know, one is the driving culture, and the roads are completely different. So that is going to be a data problem. I don't think that artificial intelligence can't work. I think it definitely can, provided that Tesla has more cars and more data to be able to train FSD on Indian driving culture and roads. As an Indian living in Mumbai, Bandra, we just jaywalk, you know, just cross the road and things like that. And for me, I'm comfortable. My biological neural net is so adapted, and I know that this rickshaw guy is going to stop once I just start walking. But you will not be able to do that. Like you'll, you know, freak out. You'll be like, what the hell? Because your biological neural net has not adapted. The other bottleneck I see is policy from government, you know. We have our transport minister called Nitin Gadkari over here, and he has been vocal over the past 2 years that he will not allow self-driving cars because of driver jobs. You know, I mean, I think it's noble the place where he comes from, but I also think it's short-term thinking. It's not long-term thinking.
Right.
These are the issues. Like from a technical and a policy standpoint.
In conclusion, I'm really excited about the future of Tesla in India. There are a lot of challenges to overcome, but I'm fully confident that after 5 or 10 years, when I come back to this country, which has the most incredible food and the nicest people, there will be a lot more Teslas on the roads. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.